Hey everybody, and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be doing a pen and ink sketch and watercolor wash in my sketchbook from a photograph that I took last week when I was on vacation in Croatia. It was absolutely beautiful there, and I didn't have a chance to actually sit and sketch in real life, or urban sketching as it's called, when you have the opportunity to just sit and do quick sketches outside and capture the moment, because I was with 7 other people and they weren't really going to sit around and wait for me to just draw. So I took lots of photos, and I'm going to be drawing those in my sketchbook. And today I'm going to be drawing and painting the clock tower in Trogir, Croatia, which is near Split. It was a beautiful old walled city. So let's get going. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a straight line down the center of my page, because as you can see from the photo, the clock tower is very symmetrical. And when I'm drawing something symmetrical, it always helps me to have a line down the center of it, and that way I can make sure the two sides match. It's a great tip if you're going to be drawing wine bottles or anything that is the same on both the sides. And also, I'm not speeding up the video yet. I'll have to speed it up later. This would take forever. The actual drawing and painting took a little over 2 hours, but I just want to show sort of how slowly I draw. I like to go in pencil first because I can make all my mistakes and I can erase them. I'm just so in awe of anybody who can draw straight just with pen and ink right on the paper and do everything correctly. I am not there, and I don't think I ever will be there. I really like being able to rely on the pencil. I can just draw straight through things. I can experiment, and then I just know that if I don't like it, I can always erase it. And also, I'm having to deal a little bit with some perspective in this picture. At first, I thought I was really directly straight on with the clock tower, but it's at a slight angle, and I can see that these little segments that I'm making here, these little divisions in the tower, they were just a little bit too much at an angle, so I corrected them. Now I'm going to go in, and you'll just see I'm going to take my time and draw all the little details. This is you see, I'll realize in a minute that I have put the circular window and the statue of Christ up too high. Another great reason to use pencil. So erase and reconfigure everything. And to me, this is part of the fun of drawing. When you have to erase and redo things, don't get irritated. I mean, it's part of the process, and it's part of what makes it fun. So let's get on with the pencil drawing, and I'm going to make this a super relaxing and easy video. I'm going to be putting on some music so you can listen to some nice relaxing music while I draw and paint, and I'll just pop in occasionally with some comments that I think you might find helpful in your own drawing and painting. Also, really quickly, if you like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing to my channel. I try to put videos up every 2 weeks or so, and I would love it if you'd like to watch them. So that being said, let's go on, and you can watch a little bit of drawing. now I'm ready to start inking over top of my pencil drawing, and these are my pens I'll be using. The brand is Unipen. You can get them on Amazon. I'll leave a link down in the description. And I have them in three different, more than three. I have them in several different widths. 0.3 is the thickest that I have, and I use that for things that are closer, like or central. The clock tower is the most important thing in the picture, so I'm going to use the thickest lines to draw that, my 0.3. And the thinnest I have is 0.05, and I'll use that one for the things that are furthest away in the picture. So you want to use your heavier lines for things that are closer and thinner lines for things that are further away, and it'll help your picture have the illusion of distance in it. So I'll use the 0.3 for the clock tower, the 0.2 for the things that are next to the clock tower, the 0.1 for the buildings that are in the middle ground, and then the 0.05 for the things that are farthest away. I've erased all my pencil lines, I'm ready to get started with my watercolors. And I'm going to use very thin, watery washes. I don't want to totally overwhelm the drawing. And if my watercolors get too dark, you won't be able to see the lines. So I'm just going to go in and lightly put in colors, particularly in the background. The further away things are, the lighter you want the colors to be. The closer they are to the foreground, the more intense and darker you want the colors to be, and that helps give an illusion of depth in your paintings. You also want to be sure that you've erased all your pencil lines, because once you paint over them, even with a light layer of paint, they're there forever. You can't erase them because they're covered with a layer of paint, even if it's very light and thin. So I really liked the unity of color in this photograph. It's one of the reasons I chose it. And the majority of things that I'm painting in here had an element of Naples yellow, Venetian red, sienna, burnt sienna in them, and I think that really helped give it a unity, just a unified color scheme throughout. Of course, this top of the clock tower is probably the darkest thing in the picture, and you could just see where it probably had been painted red at some point. Now it was sort of blackened, and I really enjoyed playing with that to show that texture on the top of the bell tower. So let's continue painting. So this is my white jelly pen that I love to use in my watercolors. It's sort of my secret weapon, and I'm using it to add some highlights, of course, to the statues. And then I thought the clock tower needed a little more transition, a little more difference in the stones. So I went in and just basically sort of scribbled over the different stones to give some different textures, and I really liked how that turned out. So if you're doing a watercolor painting, don't be afraid to try some other things in it, some other art supplies, whether it be colored pencils, markers, whatever you want. You can experiment. And here I brought in a paint pen to really make the center of the clock gold like it was, and I really, really like how this turned out. It was really thick, so I had to make a puddle of it and then use my brush to add the other parts to the clock. But I liked it. I think it turned out pretty well. And now I'm putting in the finishing touches, the last bit, this little weather vane on the top of the clock tower. I had so much fun drawing and painting this, and it just brought back great memories of Trogir and Croatia. If you ever get the opportunity to go, I hope you do. And thanks so much for watching my video. Again, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.